All right, guys, so today I want to show you guys how quick your life can change with YouTube Shorts. This is a channel that I've had for a while, but it was completely dead. And if I look at the analytics right here for each of these days, you can see that it was pretty much hard stuck from basically 10,000 views a day to 50,000 views a day, which means this is a channel that was stuck in 30K view jail or less. And it wasn't for lack of trying too, right? I'm not just some like guru who knows every single thing about YouTube Shorts. As you can see, I was posting here every single day. There was one day right here where I didn't post, but other than that, I was posting consistently one time every single day. So I kept uploading consistently. I started changing the content strategy around February 22nd here, no lie, and pretty much just instantly started seeing results. It started blowing up and we just had this 3.7 million view day, which actually equaled about $500 right there. Obviously, it's on a little bit of a downtrend, but it'll go up and down. That's the nature of YouTube Shorts. They're very volatile. But yeah, in fact, if I check the revenue graph, you'll see $1.71, $3.46, and then it started spiking up, and then we had a $500 day, another $342 day. So that's how quickly it can go from literally $1.53 in a day to $500 a day. That's just absolutely diabolical. It's insane, honestly. Obviously, like I said, it's going to go up and down, but I am finally starting to print with this channel, which is amazing. I love to see it. And in this video, I want to leak my strategy that I use to scale up channels just like this and get them to start making money. How I repeat the strategy over multiple channels. Keep in mind, I have 6 monetized faceless YouTube Shorts channels right now, and how you can do it too. All right, so first, what was going on with the channel? Well, a lot of people don't want to hear this because it's very cliche advice. A lot of people give it. The strategy that got me to this point was consistency. Now, specifically getting monetized, that was all consistency, because as you could see, that channel was pretty hard stuck in 30K view jail. Now, I had a lot of breakouts, or rather I had a few breakouts and they got me monetized, but for the most part, that channel was pretty much just stuck in that rut of 30,000 views. But what you just noticed as I was showing you guys the channel is that even when I was stuck in 30,000 view jail, I was posting every single day. Even when the channel was making me $1 or less than $1 a day, I was still posting consistently. And that's because I knew that this flower could bloom into something much greater. So it's not only consistency, but it's also the self-belief that you can watch something and be patient as it grows, because YouTube is not a linear game. I always say this. I hear a lot of people echoing this now. A lot of YouTubers just jack this and ran with it, but it's like, you know, we're talking about 1 week I made less than $1 a day, and now we're talking about $500, $300 a day. And so it's very not linear. If you're looking at the $1 a day, you're going to think, oh, I'm not even close to being printing money with this channel. And then you wake up the next day and your life changes. And so that's how quickly things can really flip on its head. So even when the results are bad, even when I wasn't really getting any money at all, I was still consistent, which allowed me to capitalize once I finally optimized the content strategy. Because a lot of people don't want to hear this, but of course it is hard work and preparation. You guys have probably heard the saying, luck is just when hard work and preparation meet. And that's very true. If I didn't put in the hard work and get that channel monetized in the first place, then when I have videos that go actually viral, I wouldn't actually be making money off of any of them, because I'd be waiting for YouTube to accept me into the YouTube Partner Program, which just goes to show you I worked hard and I was prepared, so that way when I actually optimized the content, we started to make money with it. So a lot of people think it's all luck. They couldn't be further from the truth. But let's talk about specifically what I was doing with this channel. So how I found this niche was very simple. I just scrolled on YouTube Shorts. On a new account, I just scrolled on YouTube Shorts. I did this for a while until I found a gap in the content that I wanted to make and what I thought that I had an advantage in and what I had strengths in. So a personal anecdote that I could give you is that when I started making YouTube Shorts years ago, I started making commentary shorts, and that's kind of what I would define as my bread and butter. I started making these commentary videos every day. And although largely they were in the fitness niche, for example, I got so good at editing commentary shorts, or I don't like to gas myself up, but I got better than my competition enough to the point where when I see a commentary niche or an untapped commentary niche, I know that I can dominate if I just play my cards right. And that's because I'm playing to my strengths. Now, for example, if I saw an animation niche, I can do the commentary for the animation, but in terms of actually animating the shorts, I'm not the guy for that because I don't know how to use Blender. I don't know how to actually animate shorts. And so for me to actually get good at an animation niche, it's going to take me an extremely long time just to be able to compete with people who are kind of medium-sized competitors. Whereas with commentary, I've been grinding it for years. So as soon as I identified a niche where I found essentially what I would describe as a lack of good supply and a huge amount of demand, you take a lot of the guessing work out of it and the randomness factor, and you actually just start pushing as hard as you can, and you actually get results that make you motivated to continue rather than just stuck in 30K view jail, like I was with the channel a week before. And real quick, guys, if you're interested to work with me one-on-one so I can help you out with your specific channels and give you personalized advice so you can scale your channels up to $5,000, $10,000 a month, click the first link in the description. I'm only taking on a limited amount of people because it's real work for me. But if you're just hard stuck or you don't know if you're doing things right, I can definitely help you. I've done this many times before. I've helped out many people. So I think I can pretty fairly say I know what I'm talking about. It's the first link in the description if you're interested, but let's get back into the video. So naturally, the next question that people have when I say find gaps in the content and play to your strengths, they say, well, Max, how do I develop strengths so that I'm ready when the opportunity actually arises, when I find this kind of gold mine niche or find a gap that I really think that I can excel in? And just to make it super simple, I would just say master one general niche. So whether that's ranking, commentary, any of the big niches, even animation, for example, master these generally. Really understand them in and out. So that way, when there's like specifically a sub niche of commentary, we'll say, for example, or say a sub niche of ranking where you're kind of ranking TV shows, that way you're ready, right? Because you've been preparing. You know everything that you need to know about commentary shorts, about ranking shorts, and that way you're a pro at it. So that will give you an advantage when the time comes for you to actually capitalize on this, because a lot of this is just execution. Can you execute better than your competitors? If that's the case, then you will be successful. Granted, there's enough demand for it. And most people are not masters of one general niche. In fact, a lot of people are jacks of all trades, but masters of none, which means maybe they'll make a few ranking videos, then they'll try a few commentary videos, then they'll try a few animation, AI videos. And so they're just all over the place. They don't actually develop the skills needed to be a master at anything. The honest truth is that once you have a mastery, a deep understanding of one specific general niche, you have an extremely high likelihood of blowing up once the correct niche presents itself to you, or once you think that you found a gap in the content. Now, it's not all editing. A lot of people think that you just need to edit better than your competitors, which is true. You do want to have comparable editing skills, but the end goal is just creating fire videos through ideation. And why do I say that? Because it's the idea of your videos that actually matter. I can't count the amount of times I've said this. I probably said this in a lot of videos recently. I know probably a lot of people are sick of it, but you could have Mr. Beast's editing team. But if you're making videos on mouse pads or like refrigerators or toasters, the potential to go viral in that niche talking about that is so much lower than it is to talk about Minecraft, Roblox, TV shows, etc. So the ideation is really what's going to separate you from other people. Once you have the editing down and you're a master at a specific niche, then it's going to be the ideation. And that's where, again, being a master in that niche is going to help you out greatly, because you are going to know already off the top of your head proven concepts, things that already worked. For example, if you're a master at the ranking niche and you know that people liked funny, unexpectedly cut off moments, and then you find, for example, a sub niche where you're making videos on a specific TV show, then you know that the proven concept that actually worked and went viral before could be something like ranking the funniest, unexpectedly cut off moments for that TV show, right? And now you're sub niched with a proven concept. And that's something that you can only really know through time in the game, through mastering one niche. Or I guess you could master a couple, but it's going to take a lot longer. And you're also going to know how to take different angles. So I also give this example a lot of the times. Like if the source video is about a restaurant, you can either say this restaurant makes the greatest food in the world, or you could say this restaurant is a total scam, and you're still talking about the same restaurant, but you're taking a different angle. So once you have an understanding of the niche, of ideation, then you can play around and actually dominate in whatever field you're trying to go into, whatever niche you're trying to go into, because you already have put the time in. And these are transferable skills. And then finally, I do want to mention as a little side note, engagement and retention are king. People always get this wrong, and I want to clarify this real quick because I still get questions on this to this day where people always say, Max, you're not being consistent with how you're talking about like comments, for example, because you say comments don't matter, but you engagement bait. I've said this multiple times. Engagement is important. Comment bait, rage bait, engagement bait. That's the whole game. The whole game is to make entertaining shorts. That's what I'm saying. Make entertaining shorts. That includes engagement baiting. That includes comment baiting, rage baiting. Obviously, that's what I mean by entertaining shorts. So once you're able to combine the engagement, the entertainment factor of your videos with retention, with the stats like swipe rate, and with the stats of AVD, that's when you see real results. That is what is king in YouTube. And everything else is just proxies for these two things, engagement and retention. People say AVD and swipe rate. Well, swipe rate is retaining the viewer past the first second. AVD is retaining the viewer throughout the video. People say comments and likes. That's just a proxy for creating entertaining videos that spark discussion, that get people mad and typing in your comment section. Okay, that encompasses everything. These two things, engagement and retention, encompass everything that you need for YouTube Shorts. And that is what will get you the real results. And that's how I scaled this channel, for example, from literally $20 days, not even like $6, $1, 48 cents, 25 cents. I mean, look at how crazy this is, guys. $2, $1 to literally $200 to $500 days in only about 2 weeks, because we started this on February 22nd, and I'm going to easily hit $2,000 in the next day with this content strategy. And you can do it too if you just put your mind to it and implement a content strategy that actually works for your channel. So with that being said, if you're still struggling, you don't know where to start, I can help you with this. I know what I'm talking about. I do this across multiple channels. I've helped people do this across multiple channels. This isn't rocket science. It doesn't need to be rocket science. It's simple. It's not necessarily easy though, and that's where a lot of people struggle, get caught in 30K view jail, or just are kind of running in place and don't actually ever see real results. So if that's you and you want me to personally help you with your channel and help getting you to a place where you can just print money with YouTube Shorts like that, check the first link in the description and apply to work with me to see if you'll be a good fit. And if you are, I'm pretty confident that I can help you out. Also, with that being said, there's going to be another link in the description as well. That's going to be for my new software that I'm going to be dropping hopefully pretty soon. It's going to be an all-in-one YouTube Shorts tool to help you source viral content, give you feedback on your scripts, and post your content across multiple platforms, and hopefully so much more. And there will be a ton more in the future. But if you're interested in that, the link's down in the description. You can just enter your email address in the waitlist, so that way when we actually launch, I can just notify you directly. With that being said, I hope this video helps some of you guys out, and peace out.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.